I'm glad to be back and, creating deeper friendships. I couldn't say no to Visvambhar Prabhu. I don't think any of us can say no to Visvambhar Prabhu. And let's continue to never say no to Visvambhar Prabhu, because it takes a person like him who's enthused and who lives to share bhakti with others to build a community like this. I had come through Amsterdam many times in the past, and I was never invited to do any programs. And so I flew through Amsterdam and I went to other cities and I did programs. I've been to Den Haag, I've been to Rotterdam, I've been to other cities in Holland, I've been to, of course, other places, but you guys have it going here. I just want you to know that what you have is very special here. That it's by your collective energy that you're drawing many, many bhaktas to come here to share bhakti with you. I was speaking with Visvambhar Prabhu, and there's one Swami, Sachinandan Swami, maybe some of you met him over the last few years. He wasn't coming here because there was no one to speak to. There was no one to sing with. But over the last years, through dedication and through building a powerful team around the energy that Visvambhar Prabhu brings, people who are traveling all around the world are now feeling like, oh, maybe we should come to Holland, to Amsterdam too, and share bhakti. So I don't want you to let's not take that for granted. Let's not take anything that we do for granted, but let's not take that for granted that there's really a powerful kind of sangha. This is called satsang, right? We have so many sangs, right? We do all types of sang. We have our TV sang. My screen was broken for 5 days on my phone. I had no idea what Trump was doing. And it was I don't have to know what he's doing every 20 minutes and what tweet came and what this and that. Why do we lived for so long without having all of this, and has this made our life that much better? That we can communicate with anyone, but are we actually communicating with them anymore? I just literally got off the phone with my wife. She said, our daughter, she wants to be on the phone the whole time. She wants to be on the screen. I'm struggling with this. I'm sure all of you as parents we're all learning how to navigate this world. Ourselves, as adults, we have a hard time regulating ourselves. What to speak of children who, this is their identity. This is what they grew up with. They don't know anything better. Anyways, I'm just going on a rant. So this is really, really special what you have here. And I was being reminded of a little, first of all, Prabhupada, the founder of the kirtan tradition, his father took him one time to Jagannath Puri for Rath Yatra. And when he came back, he said, I also want to have a Rath Yatra in Calcutta. Prabhupada was just a young boy. His name was Abhay. He was 6, 7, 8 years old, maybe about that old. And he said, he told his father, let's make a Rath Yatra here. We went to Puri, I feel inspired. Let's make a Rath Yatra here. And so his father, they went to this store and they found one antique Rath Yatra cart, and they fixed it and they painted it, and they had a little project together, father and son project, and they made the Rath Yatra cart. And then Abhay, he called all his friends from his street, and they said, come, let's get together and let's do this. And you're gonna cook, the mothers are gonna cook, and the fathers are gonna be the guards, and the kids are gonna do kirtan, and you're gonna push. And he made all the arrangements as a little boy to do that. And they celebrated Rath Yatra in the streets of Calcutta on a child level. And all the neighbors, they came out. And they said, his father's name was Gormohan De. So they said, De Babu, you didn't invite us for your festival? He said, this is just child's play. They said, no, we want to be part of this too. So the whole neighborhood came together and everyone was chanting and dancing, and Prabhupada, Abhay, was engaging everyone in chanting. So I was just reminded of that a little bit. In that same mood, Nilambar is bringing us all together and engaging everyone in cooking, right? Engaging everyone. What are you making? Bring something. Don't come empty-handed. You must bring something, right? I mean, maybe this has never been done before in the history of Amsterdam, where so many offerings are, unless you do this every year, I don't know.
No.
You've done it.
No, temple does it every year.
Temple does it.
And this year we're going to do 1,000 days.
All right. So the number always goes up. The number keeps going up. That's the ever-expanding vision of the spiritual world, is that it's never limited. But it's such a nice way to be engaged, right? To use our talent to cook for Krishna, to bring it here. If I could tell one more story and then we can sing together. Narad Muni, you all know who Narad Muni is, right? Narad Muni, he can travel all the way up to the highest planets of Brahmaloka, the heavenly planets. He can travel beyond the heavens. He can travel all the way to Lord Shiva's abode in Kailash. He can go even higher than that, to Vaikuntha, to the place where Vishnu and Lakshmi reside, Lakshmi Narayan reside. So Narad Muni, he was praying that every day they're offering, Lakshmi Devi's offering such nice prasad to Vishnu, to Narayan. If I could get just a little bit of that prasad. So Narad Muni, he started to sit down and he was singing, and he was praying in his heart, desiring that to have this prasad of Lord Narayan. And after many thousands of years of meditating and praying, then Lakshmi Devi appeared to him. And she said, okay, you're now qualified to receive the prasad of Lord Narayan. Prasad, as you know, it means that the remnants of the food that is offered to the Lord. Bhakti is so special. It's not that we have to change what we're doing. I was speaking about this last night at the program that we did. Who came last night? Please raise your hand. The rest of you missed out on a good party. I'm sorry. But we're here now. So let's celebrate now. Thank you to Nilambar. It was a beautiful hall. We didn't get kicked out. The neighbors were friendly. And many people came from all different backgrounds and came to chant with us. It was really special, and I really appreciate that opportunity yesterday. And we were joined by wonderful musicians and really put on a really great show. So I was saying last night, and I'll share this again, that bhakti is about us bringing our heart, bringing our devotion, bringing our love into everything that we do. If we're a musician, we bring our instrument and we offer it as an offering. Krishna, please hear this sound that I'm making for you. If we're a cook and we like to cook, or we don't like to cook, but still every day we have to cook, right? It's something we do every day. If we do that with a mood that I'm making this for Bhagavan, I'm going to offer this to Bhagavan. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you, Ram. Thank you, Narayan. Thank you, Bholenath. Whoever we're connecting with, right, in that moment, let's offer it. As you're cutting the vegetables, you're not thinking, oh, this is going to be so good for me to eat. You think, this is going to be offered to my Lord, to my love. If we can do that in that consciousness as we're making it, as we're cooking it, and then if we feel so inspired, what we can do is we can have, many of you may be already doing this at home. You have a small plate, small katori, you take everything, you put it in front of Bhagavan, you put it in front of your altar, in front of your deity, and you just sit. Let Krishna eat in peace for a few minutes, you know? And sometimes what I like to do at home is I like to sit on my harmonium, and as the offering is going on, I sit and I sing a little bit to Krishna while he's eating. Maybe he can also be entertained by some singing, by some chanting. And and then 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and then you take that off and you put it back into you take that bowl and you put it back into, whether it's khichdi or whatever you make, you put it back into the bowl, and everything becomes prasad. It all becomes prasad. Prasad means grace. Krishna says in the Gita, prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasya upajayate. Prasanna chetato yaso buddhi paryavatishtate. That prasade sarva dukkhanam, that by prasad, by grace, all sadness, all dukkha, hanirasya upajayate. All problems, all worries, they all go away. So many of us have maybe some issue, digestive issue, or some health issue, or things like that. But if we offer it to Krishna, and we think, what does Krishna want to eat today? Does Krishna want to eat this offering? Does Krishna want to eat pizza again? Maybe not. He had pizza yesterday. He had pasta yesterday. But whatever you make, anyways, Krishna doesn't only eat Indian food, by the way. Although in Jagannath Puri, they offer only the offerings that they have been making for thousands and thousands of years. So they don't offer things like potato or tomato or even chili, because just so you know, those are not Indian vegetables. You know that there was a time in India before chilies? Can you imagine that? Before mirchi? Mirchi bina chalega nahi hai. They offer the same offerings that they've been making for thousands of years. They offer those same things only, in the same way. Anyway, so I was telling you a story, right? So Narad Muni, he goes and he prays to Lord Lakshmi. And Lakshmi Devi, she brings the prasad from Lord Narayan. And she takes the prasad and she gives it to Narad Muni. And Narad Muni, he takes that prasad and he starts eating it. And as he eats it, he goes into ecstasy. He starts flying around the universe, like a comet. He just starts, he can't control himself, his ecstasy, and he's chanting Hari 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 Narayan Narayan Narayan. He's traveling all around the universe, and he's traveling and he flies by, and Lord Shiva, Bholenath, is deep in meditation. And we can think, if Bholenath is deep in meditation, what is he meditating on? Maybe there's some person or some energy that Bholenath is meditating on that we can also. They say, actually, when I was a teenager, I know what the kids are going through because we went through it too, right? So my parents, they grew up Hare Krishna. They grew up. They brought me up Hare Krishna in this tradition. So I thought, Krishna, he makes so many rules. Krishna, he says, I am the enjoyer. Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam. I am the enjoyer. I am the, everything is meant for me. And so he accepts everything and he's able to enjoy as much as he wants, and his bhaktas cannot enjoy anything. We have to follow Ekadashi. We have to eat vegetarian. We have to chant. We have to do the sadhana, to do so many things that we have to do and not do, but he gets to enjoy however he wants. So I was thinking, but Bholenath lets you do anything you want. You see Bholenath bhaktas, they have long hair, they have big beards sometimes they're even, engaging in so-called activities that are not acceptable in society, right? I just came from the Kumbh Mela. I saw some Babas there, they were drinking wine from skulls, right? So somehow part of me wanted to rebel against what I grew up with. So I thought I should become a Bholenath Bhakta, I should become a Shiva Bhakta. Because Shiva, he lets you enjoy as much as you want as his devotee. And he gives. His name is Ashutosh, right? He's easily pleased. You do a little bit, you chant 1 time, 2, 3 times, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, he starts giving it to you. Even the gopis of Vrindavan, they would worship Gopeshwar Mahadev to get good husbands. Even to this day, if you go to Braj, there's young Brajbasi girls, they go to Gopeshwar Mahadev and they pray for good husbands. Bholenath, you can come with your requests. Please, I need a better car. Om Jai Jagadish Hari. Swami Jai Jagadish Hari. Please give me a bigger bungalow. Let me have lots and lots of dough. Let me be in a TV show. And let all of my troubles go. Om Jai Jagadisha Hare. Swami Jai Jagadisha Hare. Please let me always be ahead. Let all of my enemies be dead. Let me sleep in a nice soft bed. And please keep me well fed. So we come to the divine, we come to God, we come with so many of our desires, of our wants. What I actually realized, and I should finish this thought, what I realized is that, okay, Bholenath is giving everyone else what they want. Even Ravana, he gave them what they want, right? Even to so many, Vrikasura, there's the story of Vrikasura, maybe you don't know, I won't get into the whole story, but Vrikasura says, let whoever's head I touch, their head will burst. And then he starts running after Lord Shiva. He starts running after Shiva because he wants Parvati, he wants to enjoy with Ma, with Shakti. So, so he's giving to everyone, he's giving whatever they want, but he himself, he's Digambar, he wears no clothes. He's Adi Yogi, he sits in meditation, he lives underneath a tree, underneath a banyan tree. So maybe if he's giving everything to everyone else, their car, their home, their health, their knowledge, their wealth, their whatever he's giving to everyone else, Ravana, he gave him a kingdom in Lanka. But he himself is sitting with nothing. Then what is it that that person has that I should ask that person? Because if he's giving it all away, there must be something that he's keeping himself. Maybe we can think about that. We can ask. We can wonder, what is it that he's keeping, that he's not giving to everyone, unless we're qualified to receive it? Right? So back to the story. So Narad Muni is zipping around in ecstasy. He ate Krishna Prasad, he ate Narayan's Prasad, and he's feeling so much bliss. Prasanna chetato hyaso, that his prasanna, when we accept the prasad, then our heart becomes prasanna. We become very happy, we become very joyful. Our troubles are less. When we offer our food to Krishna, our troubles are less. So he's flying around, and Lord Shiva is sitting deep in meditation, and Lord Shiva sees Narad Muni flying around, calling Narayan, Govinda, Ram, Mukunda, Hari, Krishna, Vasudeva, like that, chanting the names of the Lord in great ecstasy. And Lord Shiva, he grabs Narad Muni, grabs him. Stop. Narad Muni's in ecstasy. He can't stop. He says, no, please, tell me. Why are you in ecstasy? Why are you saying, oh, my brother, Lord Shiva. Oh, my dear friend. Oh, Shankar, oh, Shambhu. I've just received the greatest gift I got. The prasad of Lord Narayan. And Lord Shiva, I can understand. I can see your eyes are rolling in ecstasy. You're intoxicated in love. He says, so you must have saved me some, right? And Narad Muni looks, oh no. I didn't think of anyone else. I thought only of myself when I got this prasad. I didn't think of anyone else. I ate it all. So Lord Shiva, he takes Narad Muni's hand, and he looks in his hand, he says, wait. Underneath your nails, I see a little bit prasad. Little bit prasad is still there. He starts sucking on Narad Muni's finger, eating the prasad from Narad Muni's finger. And Lord Shiva goes into ecstasy. Now Lord Shiva, when he goes into ecstasy, it's nothing like anyone has ever seen. If Lord Shiva starts dancing, you know that it might be the end. He does his Tandab Nritya. Right? So Lord Shiva, he starts dancing. in great ecstasy. And Narad Muni and Shiva, they're dancing back and forth, and they're both zipping around the universe, and they're banging into the moon, they're bonking into the sun, all the entire universe is all, completely going topsy-turvy because Lord Shiva and Narad Muni are dancing in great ecstasy together. Because Lord Shiva got just a drop, a tip, little speck of Mahaprasad, but he's so full of grace, so full of blessing that he's zipping around the universe. So they both go zipping around the universe together. And Ma Parvati sees them. She's Jagadambe, she's the mother of the universe. She sees them and she grabs Lord Shiva. She says, "Oh Prabhu." He's known as Umapati, right? She's Uma, he's Umapati, right? She's known as Samba. She's Amba, and he's Sa-Amba. He's with Amba. So they're always together. They're never separated. They're always joined together. They're always, the Ramayana, the Ramcharitmanas is the descriptions of Lord Shiva speaking to Parvati and Parvati asking questions to Lord Shiva. Actually, all the yogic practices that we have, all the tantras that we have, are all discussions between Lord Shiva speaking to Parvati. And even in the Bhagavatam, we have the stories of Shiva and Parvati together. So Parvati, she grabs her Lord Shiva by the feet, and finally he becomes peaceful. And she says, "So what's going on, my Prabhu? It's not the time for the dissolution. It's not the time for the universe to end. What's going on? Why are you dancing in ecstasy?" And Lord Shiva says, "Oh, I got the prasad of Lord Narayan. Narad Muni shared the prasad of Lord Narayan with me, and we both had the prasad, and we're feeling so blessed, and we feel no connection to mundane world anymore because this prasad is the grace of the Lord, that we feel so fulfilled. We feel like we need nothing more in this world. We feel like our hearts are completely nourished and full, and we're dancing in ecstasy because we've gotten the blessings of Lord Narayan." And Parvati, she says, "So you saved some for me, right?" And Lord Shiva, "Oh no, now this is going to be a fight." Even Lord Shiva deals with this, with his wife. Because he deals with it, that's why we deal with this, okay? Just so you know. Even Lord Shiva doesn't get away from being chastised by his wife. And his wife being upset with him. So, anyways, for those of us that are married here, we get it. Brahmacharis, they don't. Narad Muni, he has no problem. He's brahmachari. So he's just, he's just still dancing. But Lord Shiva, oh no. I was hanging out with my friend for too long, having too much fun, and now she's upset with me because I'm having too much fun separate from her. So, there's nothing. There's no prasad left. So Parvati, she says, "Okay, if you can do it, I can do it too." So she sits down and she begins to meditate. She begins to chant japa. She begins to practice her bhakti yoga. And she calls out to Lord Narayan in great devotion. And Lord Narayan finally, after a long time, Lord Narayan appears to her. Actually, maybe not after so long, because Parvati and Narayan are actually very close. She's Yogamaya. She's Subhadra Maharani. She's the little sister of Jagannath. She's the little sister. So when she calls, he comes immediately. Actually, very fast he comes. And he says, "What can I do for you?" "Oh, Ben, what would you like?" And she says, "Not only do I want your prasad, but I want that everyone gets your prasad. Not only those that make themselves qualified, like Narad Muni, who's the son of Brahma, who's a Brahmana, who's a Vaishnava, who is a great chanter, who's a great yogi. Not only Shiva, who's the Adi yogi, who is a manifestation of Bhagawan, not only like that, not only should they receive the Mahaprasad, but I want, this is actually the beauty of the feminine nature, right? Is that they're ready to give, right? That they're ready to give themselves and they're ready to share with others. Actually, for women, for the ladies, there's more ladies here than men, so I must, I made fun of the ladies for a moment. Now I must, praise the ladies for a moment also. That they say that actually, okay, we say the Trinity, right? Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, right? So we it's very masculine, right? Very masculine. Brahma, generator, Vishnu, operator, Shiva, destroyer, right? G-O-D, God. You've heard this maybe before, right? But actually, they have their counterparts, right? So actually, if we look, what are the three aspects of the government that are very important? There's the finance, there's the military, and there's the education. Mataji knows this one. She's ahead of me already. So we have these three, right? Without the finance, without the education, without the military, what government is going to run, right? So actually the heads of these three aspects of the universe are run by the Devis. By the Devis, right? The education is being run by Saraswati. She's the goddess of learning, the goddess of wisdom, and she's the beloved of Brahma, right? Saraswati and Brahma. Then we have the military, Durga, Parvati, right? She's in charge of that aspect. She holds 10 hands because she's actually, in one say you could say she's protecting the universe. In the other way, she's also the prison ward of the universe. So she's also keeping us. The 10 directions are her arms. In the 10 directions, she's keeping us. We try to go out this way, she keeps us. And she will try to go out that way. But she is Subhadra Maharani. She is that power. She's Yoga Maya. So she's the sister of Krishna. So as a little sister, she's gonna. If you want to get to know Krishna, if you want to get to know someone, if you like them, I like that boy. Maybe you make friends with the sister, right? Then you can get to know the boy, right? So in that same way, we get the grace of Subhadra Maharani. Maybe she lets us to understand Krishna. And the third is the finance, and that is Lakshmi Devi, right? And she's the goddess she's the beloved of Lord Narayan. So I'll end by just saying that Parvati Devi, by her grace, she says, now Jagannath, Lord Narayan will receive offerings constantly. And that prasad will be given to everyone regardless of where they come from. And so, till this day, in Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannath, who is Krishna, who is a manifestation of Krishna in divine ecstasy, he is receiving offerings all day long. All day long. Sometimes in Jagannath Puri, they don't close the temple till 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And then sometimes he gets up, but still he's up by 4 or 5. It's already open, He's receiving offerings. And those offerings are given freely to everyone. So that's what is the name of the Ma, of Ma when she's giving prasad to everyone? Do you know her name? Her name is Annapurna, because she's feeding the entire universe. So here, Lord Jagannath is receiving so many offerings today. Could any of you eat all of this? Without having a bad stomach the next day?
Maybe.
Yeah. But Jagannath,
Second day.
maybe over a few days, right? Over a few days it would take us, right? But Lord Jagannath, he can accept. I can only accept, even with love, I can only accept so much love, right? But Krishna, Bhagavan, the omnipotent, the all-present, the most powerful, that one can accept all of our love in the way that you want to give it. Just like each one of you has made each preparation, maybe in your own style. We might have some South Indians here, and they put coconut in it. We may have some Bengalis here. Any Bengalis here? No Bengalis here. What's going on? What's that? Where's the Bengalis? They would put some mustard oil in there. We may have some, any Gujaratis here? Yeah? You made dokla for Krishna today? I don't know, right? You're a little sweet in there, and the dal a little bit sweet, yeah? So we've all come, we've all bring our own offerings in our own style, in our own, and Krishna wants your way of making it. He wants your way of making it. As long as you're thinking, I want to give this to Krishna. What will make Krishna happy? What type of preparation will make Krishna happy? If we think in that way, then that's the only restriction that there is does this make Krishna happy? And if we think in that way, not just when we're cooking, but if we think in that way with whatever activity, is this music going to make Krishna happy? Is this dance going to make Krishna happy? Is this way of my dressing going to make Krishna happy today? Is this, and I'm using the name Krishna, you translate that into whatever way that you're approaching that same one. What are other examples? No, but what are other examples of things that we do every day that we can think of that, okay, is this, work. Is my going to my work today, what consciousness, and on my way to work, what consciousness am I going to evoke? Am I going to turn on the news and the radio and then all day be thinking, oh my God, this world is going to hell. Oh my God, what's going on? India, Pakistan, this place, that. Of course we have to be aware and we have to keep on top of things. But maybe on our way to work, maybe we're putting on some bhajan, some kirtan along the way. So it sets the mood for our time there. And maybe during our lunch break, we take 5 minutes to sit before we eat and just sit and say a prayer or chant or just breathe in silence, whatever it is. How will I please Krishna today? How will I connect? Because the way that we'll please Krishna is by connecting with Him, by offering whatever we do. And the best way that I know how to do this is through mantra, through the chanting of whether it's Maha Mantra, or whether it be Govinda Jai Jai, whether it be Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, or whether it be Sriman Narayana, or whether it be Om Namah Shivaya even, to connect one way or another. All right, let's do some chanting. Could I get a little bit of water? Govinda Hare, Gopala Hare, He Prabhu, Deen Dayal Hare. Anything else you want to add, Prabhuji? One more little story? No? One more? Something about Jagannath?
Thank you so much.
Sure. And maybe at the end? If you think of something, then let me know, okay? Also, thank you to Manik and to his family for hosting such last minute.
Beyond last minute.
Huh?
Beyond last minute.
Beyond last minute, yeah. We're really grateful. I will say one more thing, because I don't want to confuse people. Krishna also says in the Gita that, what is the verse? Bahu sakhai anantascha buddhayo vavasayina.
2:14.
Yeah, what is the beginning of it?
Vyavasayatmika.
Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana. That if we keep our attention focused on one, right? Of course, there are many, many aspects of divine, many, many aspects of Bhagavan. But if in our heart we have an Ishtadev, we have the divine that manifests for us, then we should try as much as possible to dedicate our mind, our body, our words to that one, right? Not that we're excluding others, but that all the others are a manifestation of that one also, right? And maybe at some point, then that one will also guide us. Like I think I started by saying that I decided I was going to become a Shiva Bhakta because Shiva would allow me to do, I could enjoy myself a little bit more than being a Krishna Bhakta. At some point, I was guided over and over again that Lord Shiva was saying, yeah, come to Krishna, come to Mahaprabhu, come back to chanting of the holy names in the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So sometimes we are guided by the great personalities how we should actually approach. Because Krishna says, the other thing that he says is, however we approach him, in that way he will reciprocate with us. What's that verse? Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. That however we approach him, then he'll reciprocate with us. So if we approach him with love, then he'll come with us with love too. And sometimes if you're Brijvasi, you can also give Kali to Krishna also. If you're really that close. In Jagannath Puri, one time I was there in Jagannath Puri. Who here has been to Jagannath Puri? Anyone been to Jagannath Puri? Yeah. Who here has been to Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri? Anyone? You've been? No. You know, I'm praying to go one day. I've been to Rath Yatra in South Africa. I've been to Rath Yatra in Brazil. I've been to Rath Yatra in Central America, all over America, many in Europe, Russia. I've been to Rath Yatras in Australia. I have not been to Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra yet. So maybe you all can say a prayer for me one day that we should all go together. Make a tour, go. You guys all have vacation now anyways, right? Oh yeah, so I was saying that I went to Puri and the Panda, he was giving Kali. They call Jagannath Kalia. Oi Kalia! This is their mood. आज कोई पैसा नहीं मिला, आज कोई नहीं आया, पैसा नहीं दिया. तू तो खाता रहता है पूरा दिन. You're eating all day. हमको भी खाना पड़ेगा. प्रसाद खा के थक गया मैं. I literally heard him like this in front of Jagannath. Oi Kalia! Speaking like this is a mood that the dear bhaktas can have. I also say sometimes that if I'm going through some trouble internally, even Prabhupada, he would say, you go in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, you said, my dear sirs, this is what I'm dealing with right now. Please make some solution. You know, we're not coming to ask for material things, but every now and then, if we are going through something internally, who better to go to than Krishna? Because your husband is not going to listen to your problems. सुन के पक गया, you know? जाओ उनसे बात करो, अपने सहेली से बात करो, उनको नहीं सुनना है हो गया. Is it okay what I'm saying? I hope no one is offended. Govinda Hari Gopala Hare Govinda Hare Govinda Hare Gopala Prabhu Deen Dayana Hare merciful to the Dina, to those that are fallen. I'm also Dina. I have a good car, I live in Holland, I have a good job, I have a nice family, but actually I'm Dina. Actually, what do I really have? If we come to the divine in that mood, then Dayal will receive the compassion. Hey Prabhu Dina Dayal Hare. Jaya हे प्रभु दीनदयाल Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Oh Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Oh Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna This is a melody that I heard from one of my kirtan gurus. His name is Visvambhar Prabhu. Today is also his disappearance day. Today is the day that he passed away 15 years ago. So we're celebrating that. So I want to offer this melody to one of my kirtan teachers. His name is Visvambhar Baba. If you listen to, you can search Vrindavan Mellows and you'll find his amazing kirtans. Vrindavan Mellows. This is one of his melodies by him. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna